The experience and expression of emotion has neurological underpinnings. That is, emotions are influenced and partly determined by the brain. Understanding the neurological underpinnings of emotion is crucial for a multitude of reasons. In the words of Oscar Wilde, knowledge is power, and the first step to healing is to have an awareness and an understanding of emotions, what they are, and what purpose they serve. Emotions are not just ephemeral experiences. They are deeply rooted in our biology, in the intricate networks of the brain. Gaining insight into how these emotions manifest can empower individuals to navigate their emotional landscapes more effectively, leading to healthier relationships, improved mental health, quality of life, and enhanced decision-making capabilities. The amygdala and the prefrontal cortex are the areas of the brain most associated with emotional regulation and dysregulation. The relationship, balance, and tension between these two brain areas can shape the emotional landscape of an individual. Both are found in the front of the brain. Touch the front of your forehead, smack bang in the middle, that's your prefrontal cortex. Touch your temples, either side of your head, that's where your amygdala are located, subcortically, deep within the brain. There are two, one either side. The amygdala is often described as the emotional center, playing a pivotal role in the formation and intensity of emotions such as fear, anger, and pleasure. It acts as a threat detector, rapidly assessing environmental stimuli and triggering appropriate emotional responses. This rapid response mechanism is essential for survival, allowing individuals to react swiftly to potential dangers, commonly referred to as the fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. However, this same mechanism can lead to emotional dysregulation when the amygdala becomes hyper-responsive, perceiving threats where none exist. This hyperactivity can result in heightened emotional reactions, impulsive behaviors, and difficulties in regulating emotion, which can be overwhelming and challenging to manage. A quick intervention that involves visualizing the amygdala is as follows. Rub the temples whilst imagining the amygdala falling asleep. This has very real calming effects. Try it now. In contrast to the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex is crucial for higher-order functions such as reasoning, decision-making, and emotional regulation. The relationship between the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex is fundamental to our emotional experience. When the amygdala is hyperactive, it can hijack the prefrontal cortex, leading to emotional responses that are disproportionate to the situation at hand. This phenomenon, known as an amygdala or emotional hijack, can result in heightened emotional reactions, difficult relationships, impulsive behaviors, poor decision-making, interference with memory and learning, potentially impacting self-efficacy, self-esteem, dreams, and career. Understanding this dynamic between the amygdala fosters self-awareness. When individuals recognize that their emotional responses may be the result of neurological processes rather than personal failings, they can cultivate greater self-compassion. This understanding allows individuals to step back from their emotions, seeing them as temporary states influenced by brain activity rather than fixed aspects of their identity. This perspective shift can be liberating, enabling individuals to respond to emotional challenges with more grace and resilience. The amygdala is essential for survival. It develops rapidly and early in life, because of its emotional learning function and capacity. It quickly learns through environment and early relationships about safety and social cues. It prompts arousal, monitoring, and reactivity to emotionally relevant stimuli, both negative and positive. A 2-year-old has a highly sensitive amygdala in its attempt to make sense of the world in the context of emotion and safety, hence the terrible twos. The amygdala also goes through a hypersensitive stage during adolescence. Unlike the amygdala that develops rapidly early in life, the frontal lobes take at least 2 decades to fully develop, so be kind to your teenagers, in which the emotional center is fully developed, whereas the reasoning and logic areas still have a decade of development to undergo. As noted, the ability to rationalize and conceptualize our emotion, as well as the capacity to turn emotions down, originates in the prefrontal cortexes. These higher-order areas of the brain take an extremely long time to develop due to the complex nature of the tasks/skills they are responsible for. These brain structures, both the amygdala and the prefrontal cortexes, are shaped by our experiences and the learning that takes place during formative years. Therefore, our experiences during childhood and adolescence can offer explanations for emotional reactivity and dysregulation in adulthood, again providing room for self-compassion and understanding. When the amygdala is highly sensitive, these hijacks can happen daily, even multiple times in one day, rendering life extremely painful and difficult to navigate. That being said, the brain continues to be malleable and plastic throughout the lifespan and can be rewired so that individuals can live more emotionally regulated lives. Like and subscribe to this channel to be notified of Wexon's next video, How to Down-Regulate the Amygdala.